Pete Hegseth, Trump's pick for defense secretary, was investigated for alleged sexual assault in 2017. Pete Hegseth, the Army veteran turned Fox News host selected by President-elect Donald Trump to be defense secretary during his second term, was investigated for an alleged sexual assault in 2017. Officials in Monterey, California confirmed. In response to multiple public record requests to the city, including one from CBS News, officials released a public statement late Thursday evening about a 2017 police investigation into Hegseth. The statement from the city manager's office and Monterey Police Department contained few details about the case and said they would not make any other public statements related to the investigation. The incident allegedly occurred somewhere between a minute before midnight on October 7, 2017 and 7 a.m. on October 8, 2017 at One Old Golf Course Road, the location of the Hyatt Regency Monterey Hotel. A police report was filed with Monterey Police Department 3 days later, on October 12, 2017. Police did not disclose the name or age of the alleged victim, but did describe the injuries as contusions to right thigh. The statement said no weapons were involved. News of the allegation was revealed on Thursday by Vanity Fair, when the magazine reported that Trump's incoming chief of staff, Susie Wiles, was briefed about the alleged sexual misconduct by Hegseth involving a woman, citing unnamed sources, one of whom reportedly said the incident took place in Monterey. The allegation prompted a discussion among Wiles, Trump's legal team, and Hegseth, who described the allegation as a consensual encounter and a classic case of he said, she said, the magazine reported. Hegseth's attorney, Timothy Parlatore, a former Trump lawyer who frequently represents current and former members of the U.S. military, told CBS News, "This allegation was already investigated by the Monterey Police Department and they found no evidence for it." In a statement Friday morning, Trump Communications Director Stephen Chung said, "President Trump is nominating high-caliber and extremely qualified candidates to serve in his administration. Mr. Hegseth has vigorously denied any and all accusations, and no charges were filed. We look forward to his confirmation as United States Secretary of Defense, so he can get started on day one to make America safe and great again." Hegseth is a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan with a handful of military medals, including 2 Bronze Stars, and has undergraduate and graduate degrees from Princeton and Harvard. Since 2019, Hegseth has been married to his third wife, Fox News producer Jennifer Roche. The two were married at Trump's National Gold Club in Colts Neck, New Jersey. Hegseth and his first wife, Meredith Schwartz, divorced in 2009. He and his second wife, Samantha Deering, divorced in 2017, the year he was investigated for the alleged sexual assault. Who is Tulsi Gabbard? First Hindu congresswoman, appointed by Donald Trump as U.S. Intelligence Director. Often mistaken for an Indian because of her first name, Tulsi Gabbard has no ties to India. Gabbard's mother converted to Hinduism. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on Wednesday appointed former Democrat Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence (DNI) under his administration. Donald Trump described Tulsi Gabbard as a proud Republican who can bring her fearless spirit into the intelligence community. As a former candidate for the Democrat presidential nomination, she has broad support in both parties. "She is now a proud Republican," Donald Trump said in a statement. "I know Tulsi will bring the fearless spirit that has defined her illustrious career to our intelligence community, championing our constitutional rights and securing peace through strength. Tulsi will make us all proud," the president-elect said on Wednesday. Who is Tulsi Gabbard? While she does not have specific experience in the intelligence industry, Tulsi Gabbard is a veteran who served in the U.S. military for more than 2 decades. She represented the Democratic Party and served as a congresswoman for Hawaii's 2nd District from 2013 to 2021. Tulsi Gabbard has served in the Army National Guard for more than 2 decades and deployed to Iraq and Kuwait. She also served for 2 years on the House Homeland Security Committee. Often mistaken for an Indian because of her first name, Tulsi Gabbard has no ties to India. Gabbard's mother converted to Hinduism and gave all her children Hindu names. Tulsi Gabbard also identifies as a Hindu and was the first Hindu U.S. Congresswoman. While she is of American Samoan descent, Tulsi was sworn into office with her hand on the Bhagavad Gita. In 2020, Gabbard made a bid for Democratic president nomination against Kamala Harris, blaming her own party for not opposing wars. She later dropped out of the race and ultimately left the party in 2022, saying that it was dominated by an elitist cabal of warmongers and woke ideologues. After joining the Republican Party in 2022, Gabbard endorsed Donald Trump for the presidency and helped him prepare for the debate against Kamala Harris. Gabbard is married to cinematographer Abraham Williams. Her father, Mike Gabbard, is a state senator who was first elected as a Republican but who switched parties to become a Democrat. Trump says he will nominate Fox News host Pete Hegseth for defense secretary. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump said on Tuesday he has picked Fox News Channel host Pete Hegseth to be Secretary of Defense, tapping an outsider who has railed against diversity in the military. Pete is tough, smart, and a true believer in America first, Trump said in a statement. With Pete at the helm, America's enemies are on notice. Our military will be great again, and America will never back down. Hegseth is an Army National Guard veteran and according to his website served in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Hegseth has said he left the Army in 2021 after being deemed an extremist by an army that didn't want him anymore. The feeling was mutual. I didn't want this army anymore either, Hegseth said in his book, The War on Warriors, Behind the Betrayal of the Men Who Keep Us Free. There is already anxiety in the Pentagon that Trump aims to root out military officers and career civil servants he perceives to be disloyal. Culture war issues could be one trigger for firings. Trump was asked by Fox News in June whether he would fire generals described as woke, a term for those focused on racial and social justice, but which is used by conservatives to disparage progressive policies. At a basic level, do we really want only the woke, diverse recruits that the Biden administration is curating to be the ones with the guns and the guidons? Hegseth wrote in The War on Warriors, which was published in June. We want those diverse recruits pumped full of vaccines and even more poisonous ideologies to be sharing a basic training bunk with sane Americans, he said. Trump's former U.S. generals and defense secretaries are among his fiercest critics, with some declaring him unfit for office. Angered, Trump has suggested that his former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, could be executed for treason. Trump names Musk Ramaswamy to lead newly formed Department of Government Efficiency. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump said on Tuesday Elon Musk and former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy will lead the newly created Department of Government Efficiency. Musk and Ramaswamy will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy/excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies, Trump said in a statement. Trump said their work would conclude by July 4, 2026, adding that a smaller and more efficient government would be a gift to the country on the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The appointments reward two Trump supporters from the private sector. Musk leads electric car company Tesla, TSLAO, opens new tab social media platform X and rocket company SpaceX, while Ramaswamy is the founder of a pharmaceutical company, who ran for the Republican presidential nomination against Trump and then threw his support behind the former president after dropping out. Musk gave millions of dollars to support Trump's presidential campaign and made public appearances with him. Trump had said he would offer Musk, the world's richest person, a role in his administration promoting government efficiency. The acronym of the new department, Doge, coincides with the name of the cryptocurrency Dogecoin that Musk promotes. This will send shockwaves through the system and anyone involved in government waste, which is a lot of people, Musk said, according to Trump's statement, which called the new government initiative potentially the Manhattan Project of our time, referring to the U.S. plan to build the atomic bomb that helped end World War II. Trump announces Tom Homan as incoming border czar. President-elect Donald Trump announced late Sunday that Tom Homan, the former acting director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement who backed his controversial zero-tolerance policy, will be his administration's border czar. I am pleased to announce that the former ICE director and stalwart on border control, Tom Homan, will be joining the Trump administration in charge of our nation's borders, the border czar, including but not limited to the southern border, the northern border, all maritime and aviation security, Trump said on Truth Social. I've known Tom for a long time, and there is nobody better at policing and controlling our borders, the Post continued. Likewise, Tom Homan will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. Congratulations to Tom. I have no doubt he will do a fantastic and long-awaited for job. Homan touts hardline immigration views and previously vowed to run the biggest deportation force this country has ever seen. He was an early supporter of the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy, which led to thousands of families being separated at the southern border. Trump eventually signed an executive order in 2018, reversing the family separation policy after public outcry. In an interview with CBS's 60 Minutes that aired in October, Homan was asked whether there was a way to carry out mass deportations without separating families. Of course there is. Families can be deported together, he responded. Homan is a visiting fellow at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative group. He was a contributor to Project 2025's Mandate for Leadership book. He is also the president and CEO of Border 911, a nonprofit group that warns of the supposed threat posed by undocumented immigrants. Border 911 and the Heritage Foundation did not immediately respond to requests for Homan's comment. It's going to be a well-targeted, planned operation conducted by the men of ICE. The men and women of ICE do this daily. They're good at it, Homan said Sunday in a Fox News interview, adding that deportations would be a humane operation. Trump frequently espoused hardline, anti-migrant views on the campaign trail, at times decrying migrants as poisoning the blood of our country, animals and gang members, and comparing them to the fictional cannibal Hannibal Lecter. They're rough people, in many cases from jails, prisons, from mental institutions, insane asylums, he said at a rally in March, speaking about migrants who enter the country unlawfully. You know, insane asylums. That's Silence of the Lambs stuff. Homan is the latest person Trump has announced will join his administration. Trump had previously announced that Susie Wiles, his co-campaign manager, will be the White House chief of staff.